Hey everyone, so today we are going to be discussing who would win in a showdown in a death match between OMNI-MAN from the series Invincible and Homelander from The Boys. Both are Amazon original shows, but also shows based on graphic novel series. So we're going to dive into some spoilers, and please, I want you to engage. If you have read the books, if you have seen the shows, if you have done both, and you have an opinion on this, leave a comment below. I was absolutely mind blown at the amount of interaction and discussion and conversation on the Amber videos relating to Invincible. So let's get that again. That was incredible. All right, we're jumping right into it. I'm just going to tell you right now, OMNI-MAN is who I would put all my money on. I think OMNI-MAN would absolutely, he would destroy Homelander, and let's get into why. This was actually brought up by Screen Rant, so shout out to them, and then my buddy Julian, who's drunkenly texting me right now. Shout out to him as well, because he sent me the link and started this discussion. First off, OMNI-MAN, he has been fighting lots of different species for a very long time because he's not human. So he has a lot more experience than Homelander. So number one, I'm going to say experience. Just given who he's fought, how many enemies he's fought, for the amount of time he's fought them, and he's always come out on top. We have actually seen in the show, and again, spoilers, we have seen in the show and in the comic series, OMNI-MAN single-handedly take out an entire team of superheroes known as the Guardians of the Globe. In the show, he does it at the end of the pilot episode, and it's absolutely fucking brutal. Like, he rips them apart. Literally rips them apart. And he takes a massive beating in the show. I will say in the comics, he does it with ease, and it looks like he barely breaks a sweat. So I don't know if he's just even more badass in the comics than the show. But yeah, single-handedly takes on the whole team. Whereas Homelander, he would be probably on par with somebody on that team. Maybe like the Immortal or something. The next thing, number two, I'm going to say, if you look at the psyche, OMNI-MAN is definitely deranged in a lot of ways, and he's kind of fucked up. But that's just because he's a Viltrumite, he's not a human, and he knows that he's going to live for thousands of years. And to him, humans are just insignificant little things where, it's not that he just hates all humans. He just simply doesn't care enough. Like, he's above them. Whereas Homelander is a genetically altered human, and he still has some humanity, and I think it weighs on him. In the show, you definitely see where he kind of he goes back and forth how he feels about people and how he treats people, especially certain individuals. But, going into the psyche again, I think OMNI-MAN would be better at using strategy. And he just seems like he's far more mature. Again, he's fought many more enemies. He's much older. I think, big picture, he would be much more dangerous in a fight. And then if you just look at OMNI-MAN's, his heritage, he comes from Viltrum. He is a species of aliens that essentially spread out over the galaxy and just start taking over other planets, essentially, and trying to get them to be part of the Viltrumite Empire. So he is literally bred to be a warrior that is supposed to just, go and essentially get a planet to bow down and join the Empire. So, all of the weak Viltrumites were murdered off, and they fought to see who was the best of the best of the best. And then a few generations later, we get OMNI-MAN. So this is all he's made to do, essentially. And he has, like I said, he has a complete disconnect from humans because he's not a human. He's an alien, whereas Homelander is, once again, a genetically modified human. Now, they both have super strength. They both have super speed. They can both fly. Homelander has X-ray vision, and he can do, like, the laser eyes and shit. So Screen Rant was giving him, props for that because those are cool. But again, when it just really comes down to everything else I've mentioned, OMNI-MAN's winning this one. But if you disagree and you have a valid argument as to why, drop it below. Maybe you know something. I'm very early on in the comics for both of these series. So maybe you know something I don't know. Please drop it below. I don't mind if it's a little bit of a spoiler. Let's discuss, because this is actually a pretty cool topic to consider. Both are master manipulators, which would give them huge advantages over, other enemies and other people in their lives. We see that. Both are really vicious while fighting, not afraid to just, the gloves are off, they're going to just completely dismember, dismantle, and disregard everybody they're up against. So I think those are also both strengths that they could each, consider an advantage. But, again, when really facing off, OMNI-MAN's going to win. And I think the last thing, the bonus round, they both do have cleft chins, but only OMNI-MAN has a mustache. And I think the mustache is going to help in this fight. And then not only is it a mustache, it's a mustache voiced by J.K. Simmons. So those are my main reasons why I think OMNI-MAN would end up victorious and would absolutely destroy Homelander. But if you disagree, let me know. Leave a comment, please. I want to discuss it. I will absolutely respond. We can absolutely dive into it and geek the fuck out. If you agree with me, let me know. If there's anything that I'm leaving out, I know there is. Let me know. We'll chat about it. I really appreciate the engagement lately. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I do appreciate it. I'm trying to... the amount of growth in the last week alone is tremendous. I would never have guessed it. Let's keep it going. It's incredible. I love trying to build a little community here. And until the next one, I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks. Bye. Okay, actually, bonus round. I finished the other video, and then my buddy Julian had phoned in. He's slightly drunk. But again, he's the one who started this conversation. So Julian's weighing in. He thinks Homelander's going to put up a really good fight, but ultimately it is still going to come down to OMNI-MAN. He's bringing up an argument, and this is just possibly a drunken theory. We don't know. But bringing up whether or not the Viltrumites, essentially can transcend existence, because we don't even know how long they can actually live, and their society might not even be long enough for us to fully understand that. But he did throw in a wild card and said Homelander is definitely scarier than the Utopian from Jupiter's Legacy. And I'm almost to the end of that season. I have not read the books at all. But so far, Utopian definitely seems to be very anti-killing. And I think in that one regard alone, Homelander would be, I think he'd be victorious. I think the power set is probably very similar. But just the fact that Homelander would have no hesitation splitting the Utopian in half and then, spitting on his corpse, probably is going to make me put my money on Homelander. So, Julian, thanks for your input. All right, until next time, guys.